Hello, everyone. They said injustice to one is injustice to all. Today, it is nurses. Tomorrow, who is it going to be? Is it going to be doctors, pharmacists, engineers, students, housewives, anybody, or those Nigerians that are alive? You don't know what they are going to come up with. This illegitimate government is desperate and is bereft of ideas. If it is not stopped in its path, it's going to destroy the whole nation, destroy institutions, and leave us with nothing. Buhari took us 50 years back. This Tinubu's illegitimate government wants to take us 100 years backward. And so it is in our own interest for us all to add our voices to what is happening to nurses. Let me read this out to you. The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria has come up with some sets of new verification rules and laws and everything. Normally, I think nurses, when they finish, you have to get verified. And then there are certain things you do if you're going to travel abroad. I know a little bit of these things because I had a nurse who is my adopted child, my first, she's my in-law. Immediately she finished secondary school, her mom brought her and handed over to me and said, "This is your child," and I took her as my child. And just recently, I was actually speaking with someone that said, "Oh, she thought she was my sister." I'm like, "No, she's actually my niece-in-law." Like, "Oh my goodness, she thought she's my sister." Literally, if you say you think she's my sister. I mean, she's my first child. That's the way we are. She finished law. She finished law from Illegitimate University. She was top of her class. To get job, wahala. To get job was something else, and I can tell you that. And so when I'm reading this story, I'm thinking, where are the jobs? So many things. There was a lot of, there's this rivalry between the older generation nurses that had gone through one kini, and these ones that did their BSc nursing, and stifling, stopping them from really getting into the market. Job was problem. She was doing, she's good. And so she was doing all of these kind of jobs here. She would do private nursing, stuff like that. At one time, she now got a job where she was like a contract with an organization, contract staff to NNPC hospital. But she was contract, so she wasn't working in NNPC, but she was contract to their hospital. So and in fact, they were the nurses that were really doing the work. Meanwhile, some other ones are sitting down that were direct NNPC nurses who were collecting money but not really doing the work. At the end of the day, because me, even right from the one when she was doing this, I said, look, she wanted to do, is it lab science? I'm like, she will kill me for saying this. My kids don't like me talking about that. But anyway, it has to be said. She was like, I'm like, which one be lab, is it lab, whatever. So I said, look, I read microbiology. There's really, forget all of those science, whatever. Do nursing, you will have more advantage. And I didn't even know she was going to be as serious as she was. Otherwise, I would have suggested medicine for her to do. Very, very serious, very dedicated child. And so she did this. So well, that's okay, fine. We sent her to Canada to go and do her master. She's done with her master. She's working there now and all of that. Really appreciated by a country that how do I put it? That values competence and values talent and all of that. So that's how she went. So for them now, we have this council. And I remember that time she was doing registration. There was one time they were trying to frustrate it. That midwifery, what do they call it? There was even a time I was like, me, if you want me, because sometimes my kids, they don't want my wahala. Because me, I'll go there. I'll make trouble if trouble needs to be made. Or if trouble needs to be made for things to work. I'm like, she was not like, oh no, she did it herself. Me, because we normally don't interfere. I don't like this situation whereby I need to call somebody for something to be done. No, go and do it like everybody we have. And it's not be done. I will raise the issue like everybody is raising it up. And so I'm just giving you a background. And so I knew there was all of that. Now we have a draconian rules being put down that nurses cannot finish and travel. They have to do this. They have to stay there. You are asking them to go and get some sign off from the head of the place that they had worked in, with all of the abuses that we have, with all of the sexual abuses that are going on. You are giving more power to some people to not put other people in vulnerable position and abuse the power that they have against them. Why are you stopping them? Let me first of all read those laws. So the memo, of course, sent to honorable commissioners, secretaries of health services, chief medical directors, national president, of Association of Nurses, MIGMA, directors of nursing services, heads of department, provosts and principals, coordinators, zonal officers, people that have been CC. He said, dear sir, madam, revised guidelines for verification of certificates with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. First of all, even the document itself that is put forward, not professionally done. You could see. Let me not go on that one yet. The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria hereby inform you of the revised guidelines and requirements to be met by all applicants seeking for verification of certificates to foreign nursing board/council. The guidelines and requirements are as follows. 1. Applicants are to visit, they put the website, and log in to initiate verification application by clicking on the verification application link. Fair. A non-refundable fee per application shall be paid for verification to foreign boards of nursing as specified on the portal. This shall cover the cost of courier services to the applicant's institutions of training, place of work, and foreign board. 3. Eligible applicants must have a minimum of 2 years post-qualification experience. Hello, excuse me, did you give them jobs? Why are you keeping them? Are you the one that paid for this thing? There are a lot of people who have gone to private schools to do their nursing and all of that. There's no even subsidy. Even if there's subsidy, are they slaves? Why are you keeping them here? Why are you telling them they have to have post 2 years, this and that and those? Let the foreign institutions or wherever it is that want, they be the ones to be telling them this condition. And then where are the jobs? Did they come out and tell you they didn't apply? Some of them, they are applying. Housemanship. I had another one. This is my in-law too. Then I had a nurse, a doctor, and a lawyer in my house. Jobless. The nurse and the doctor, they are all in Canada now. I know, not kidding, they are all in Canada now. The doctor was looking for a place to do housemanship. She couldn't find. They were telling her to bring money to come and be like, how are you somebody bribing to do housemanship? And now you are saying, 2 years, but did you provide the job for them? Why do they have to have this job for you? If somebody decides, I'm going to do nursing today and fly out tomorrow, let that be. And then 3. Okay, I'm still reading. The eligible applicants must have a minimum of 2 years post-qualification experiences from the date of issuance of permanent practicing license. Any application with provisional license shall be rejected outrightly. The council shall request a letter of good standing from the chief executive officer of the applicant's place of work. You are not putting people at a vulnerable place. We already see how people misuse their powers in places and all of that. We've seen a lot of workplace harassment, sexual harassment, and what have you. And now you are making people more powerful to tell them that, you have to go through. Why? As in what? Of work and the last nursing training institution attended, and responses on this shall be addressed directly to the registrar/CEO, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. Please note that the council shall not accept such letters through the applicant. Applicant must have active practicing license to a minimum of 6 months to expiration date. Applicant must upload a certificate of registration only. Notification of registration is not acceptable. How easy are these registration? How fast do you make them? How seamless is it? Do people have to suffer before they get these things? The applicant shall receive prompt notice via his/her email dashboard on the status of the verification application. Please note, processing of a verification application takes a minimum of 6 months. All applicants shall ensure that complete requirements are met before initiating verification application, as incomplete documentation shall not be processed. The implementation of this guideline takes effect from 1st March 2024. All pending verification applications before this revised guideline will be processed accordingly. Heads of nursing institutions should take note and bring the content of this circular to nurses. Thank you for your cooperation with the council in promoting and maintaining excellence in nursing education practice in line with global best practice. This is definitely not global best practices. This is draconian. This is slavery. This is keeping people down. Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar, Registrar CEO. Because Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar, do better. Yes, there's a situation. Nurses are leaving the country. Why not? The country, nurses, medical, a lot of people are leaving the country. Why not? There is no enabling environment for them to be able to work effectively in Nigeria, right? Fine. And we have a beautiful thing here. Nigerian nurses, Nigerian doctors, a lot of them, they are wanted abroad. They are trained well. At this moment, instead of this draconian rule, draconian policy, why don't we say, what are the things that we are going to do to ensure that we have more nurses? For those who want to stay in the country, stay in the country. And for those who want to go abroad, go abroad. We have more. So that means the world needs medical practitioners. The world needs nurses, right? Can Nigeria begin to produce nurses that will send all over the world? We're talking about forex. We're talking about remittances. These nurses, when they leave, they have families back home. They're going to be sending money back home. That is remittance coming back home. The Nigerians in diaspora contribute about 3 to 4% of the GDP. They send in dollars, they send in forex to Nigeria. Can we begin to make concerted effort, deliberate effort to ensure that we are actually sending citizens out there to go and work? So the thing that I should expect the council to be thinking of, instead of this draconian rule, is that how do we increase the number of nurses we currently have? What will it take to double the number of nurses that we produce every year in Nigeria? I don't have the numbers. What are the numbers? 100,000, 200,000, 500. Can we double that? In the next 2 years, can we triple that? In the next 4 years, can it be quadrupled? In the next whatever years, can we be producing like 1 million nurses if that's what needs to be? How do we do that? What do we need to do to increase the capacity? What are the teaching capacity so that we're not reducing quality, we're still maintaining quality while we're churning out a lot of these nurses? There are people who are doing so many other courses, microbiology, biochemistry. Some people wanted to do medicine, they gave them physics, chemistry, biology. Some people are doing anatomy somewhere, physiology somewhere, embryology somewhere, whatever, however. Can we look at all of these courses, some of the facilities that are used to train this, can we convert them to training people for nursing? There are people who have read microbiology. I read microbiology. I never found job. I wanted to do lecturing. The one place, ABU Zaria, that I wanted to lecture, I think that's the application, if not the application I wrote. I sent the application. The next thing I was being told that, oh, because I'm from Edo State, even if they are going to employ me, that they are going to employ me on contract basis. I said, me do contract job in my own country? I said, God forbid. So I kukuma remove my hand and focus on business. There are a lot of us, there are a lot of people that are microbiology. We can convert them to nurses. Is it something to say that, okay, if you have a BSc microbiology or BSc biochemistry or chemistry or physics or whatever, or any of the biological sciences, what can be done? Maybe you could do 2 years of nursing. Can there be something so that there will be a pathway? You do like 2 years of nursing since you've already done biological sciences or biomed. For example, in countries like USA, they actually do pre-med. They call it pre-med. You could do any of these courses and then later go and do your medicine, right? So we have a lot of people who are there. Let them now think of, okay, start something. Let's get these people, come and do nursing instead of just waiting. And then let the council itself be the one even making it easier. For people who don't even have money, government can come out and say, look, we're going to train you. Come and either train you fresh direct from secondary school with your 5 what do they call that in WAEC, your post-UME or whatever, or if you're already a graduate that have graduated with so and so courses, let them look for some courses that are related, because somebody who read microbiology, you should be able to do nursing, right? They are all biological sciences, biomedical, so all of biochemistry and all of that. So you say, okay, within 2 years or 2.5 years, we'll train you, and then you can start from level 2 or level 3, or maybe because you already have a BSc in those things, and then you'll be trained. And then government can actually have a pathway for you. Do you want to go abroad? Fine. Help you facilitate it, make it easier for you, get you to good places abroad, and then maybe a percentage of what you are earning comes to government for certain years, for all the fact that they've trained you probably for free, gotten you on this. And so that's like you sending people and they'll be remitting back to the state, right? We can do that. We don't all have to stay in Nigeria. We don't all have to keep people down. When they go there, they make money. Home is home. Even Nigerians in diaspora, they want to come home. I can assure you that. Me, like you are seeing me like this, I can't stay anywhere other than Nigeria. Oh. I can go and visit, I can stay for a while, but to call another place home other than Nigeria, like, I don't see it happening. No. So there are a lot of people also who are there, who have earned money, who have experience. They can come back and bring their money back to Nigeria by the time we fix the country the way it ought to be fixed. So instead of just this draconian laws where you're thinking of holding people back, preventing them from growing abroad, please, medical council, I take God beg una, I take God beg una, make una no do unfortunate, biko, please do the needful. We can actually make this work. Nurses, we have nurses who are good. Kudos to you guys. Kudos to the institutions that are training these nurses. There must be, for Nigerian nurses, for them to want them over there abroad. That means you guys are doing amazing work. Well done, well done, well done. But let's not limit ourselves. Let's think how can we explore this opportunity. See India. India are exporting people. They've taken over all the, how do I call it now? The technological whatever companies, whatever you're talking of, Google, Microsoft, this, that. Now India's full there, Yahoo or Twitter or this and whatever. They are Indians. Can we begin to export our own medical disease so that before you know what's happening, chief nurses in everywhere in the world, medical directors, whatever it is, surgeons, whatever, they will be Nigerians. It's not a crime. We can actually do that. That will also help us in the country. Meanwhile, we can churn out more nurses so that we still have those that are staying here and those that will go abroad. Instead of holding some back, let's produce more, because there are some, no matter what you do, they won't leave Nigeria. Please, let's do the needful.